Hey guys. Yeah, this is a wheelbarrow load of stuff I pulled up. The trees keep wanting to sprout out here, so I have to keep breaking off the little baby limbs, I guess until the stumps decide to give it up. Anyway, this is a update on my three sisters' garden. It's pretty dang good. The saying was knee high by the 4th of July on the corn, and look, there it comes, looking really good. My carrots are not doing that good, but then they're supposed to be more of a cool season type crop anyway. And that was the first time I'd ever tried carrots, but the heat is really kicking their butt. Maybe because it's a raised bed and it dries out faster, I don't know. But here's the corn, and as you can see, it's looking very good and very healthy. I am not a completely total organic gardener. I use Liquid 7, and I've sprayed these things a couple of times to keep bugs from eating them or implanting worse things into them. Now, once they start putting on food, that's another story. But while they're just growing, I'm going to keep them healthy as I can because I want to get as many ears of corn as I can. Now, here's 2 butternut squash. They were planted at the very end. These are asparagus beans. I've never tried them, so I only tried 3 plants because I expect that I'll like them, and I have a whole bunch of seed, but I wanted to try them before I dedicated a whole lot of room in the garden to them. And if I like them next year, I'll plant a whole bunch more. And then there is a butternut, and it's starting to run. And then there's some of my bush beans, and they're putting on flowers. So they're going to be producing beans really quickly. These ones on this end are a little stunted looking because I had a rabbit coming in here. And so I fenced around the garden, and which is why I don't have it planted as much as I wanted, because I had to do a whole bunch of fencing just to keep the aminals out. And here is cantaloupe, and it's starting to run. Hope we get some cantaloupe. I like cantaloupe. And as you can see, some of the corn is a lot taller than others, and it doesn't seem to make any difference whether it's mulched or not. Maybe just certain areas are more fertile than others. I'm not quite sure. But this time next year, I hope to have a whole lot more fertility in this soil. This soil is not the best in the world, okay? Here's watermelon, and it's starting to run. I'm going to be running all these vines down the hill this way to keep room up here for the butternut as much as I can. I might run all the butternut down the hill, and then on the other side I've got some acorn squash. I may let it trail around inside the corn and beans to shade the ground, but as of right now, I'm running all the vines away from the corn. I'm gonna have to be able to get in to pick those beans, right? So if I have too many vines in there, I might step on the vines and do damage, and I don't want to do that. So, and here's another watermelon. Now these are zucchini. I'm fixing to put up a trellis for them to climb on. There's 6 of them. That one doesn't look real healthy, but then I just squirted water over here, so I think the water just knocked it over a little bit. But I like zucchini. I like fried zucchini especially. And then here is a watermelon. So, excuse me, I had 2 cantaloupes and 2 watermelons. Sorry, not 3 watermelons. And a couple more butternuts. Now, I did thin out some of the butternut plants. I waited to see which ones were doing the best, and then I thinned out the ones that weren't. I need to thin out one here. That one I know I'm keeping because it's really pretty. This one maybe, and this one, I don't know. These 2 are kind of close together, but this one's just not doing as well, so I'll probably thin that one on the left. Now here I've got some 2 green globe artichokes. These are not doing really well. I don't know why. If they do something, they do something. If they don't, well, they don't. They're supposed to come back every year, so I'm hoping between now and fall they get up big enough so that the roots will survive the winter. I'll mulch them heavily this winter once the foliage dies back, and let's hope that the roots are tough enough. These got planted really late, so they may not survive the winter, but we'll see. I like artichoke too, so. And then this is okra. Now it's starting to take off a little bit now that I've transplanted it. And it's hopefully, I don't like okra, but my son does. So I didn't put a lot of okra in because he's pretty much the only one that'll eat it. Now this are sunflowers. Now I have something in here eating them. I'm sure it's probably a cutworm, but I hadn't found it yet. So the last cutworm, I had dug around in the mulch just a little bit and found it and killed it. I'm going to replant. You see, that one was a stalk right there, but it's up kind of high, so maybe it was like a, I don't know, caterpillar or a grasshopper. I don't know. But, and then here's more sunflower. So these are the kind that are supposed to get like 10 or 12 foot tall. This is the mammoth sunflower. I'm hoping to end up with 40 sunflowers. I think I planted 45 of them, something like that. But I've already lost a few, so I know I'm not going to get 40 now. But we'll just grow what we can grow. It's the first time I've ever grown sunflowers. I am kind of a novice gardener. I've grown a couple of gardens, and they've done really well. But I'm still not, you know, a green thumb guru by any stretch. Now the chives I've planted right here, I don't know if they're going to come up or not. I haven't had much luck with bunching onions, and the chives don't seem to have wanted to come up yet. I'll give them a little while longer. I'll just keep it watered. I don't know how long it takes them to germinate, but it's been, God, 2 weeks, pretty handy, almost 3. So they're probably not going to germinate. So we'll find out. Of course, there's my fig and my muscadine grape. Now here's my onions. These are the ones that I don't figure will bulb up. But we're going to see what can happen with them. They're growing, so whatever happens, happens, right? They were planted super late, so who knows whether they'll do well or not. I figured on those it'd be just kind of a crapshoot. And here's potatoes. Now, some of my potatoes are looking good. The plants, that is. And then this one, the plants have died back. But as you can see, there's a pretty good sized potato right there. I'm going to wait till the plants are completely died back before I dump that box out. And there's some more. Now these are a mixed bag of potatoes. From that one this way, they're all mixed up, either Yukon Gold or Gold Rush. Now there may not be enough difference between the two to shake a stick at, but I don't know if these are dying back because they're about ready to harvest, or if they're dying back because there's something wrong with the plant. The other plants look pretty good, and they're all planted at the same time. So, who knows? We'll find out. Now, here's the Yukon Gold. Now, the Yukon Gold doesn't seem to be doing as good as the Gold Rush. But, we'll see. This year's just all experimentation. Now, I don't expect to eat any of these, believe it or not. I may eat some of them, just to make sure I like the flavor of them. The chocolate mint never sprouted at all. So I'm thinking the seed wasn't viable, or it was just the wrong time of the year. I don't know. But they didn't sprout. So, now, I had some store-bought potatoes sprout on me, and they were russet potatoes. So I've got 2 tubs with those. I cut them into chunks and then let the chunks dry for about 4 or 5 days until they had they healed over. But they had good sprouts on them. Only one of the potatoes didn't have a good sprout. And then this was one gold-colored potato that I liked. There was only one, but it had a really good sprout on it, so I just planted it by itself. And I know it's kind of late. It's July 1st. But whatever they grow, they grow. Whatever they don't, they don't. I put them over here because potatoes really don't like super hot weather, and this gets shade in the afternoon. So hopefully the partial shade will help them. They'll get at least 6 hours a day right here. And then this tree to my left, this one right here, that one starts shading them from about 1 o'clock. Because, as you can see overhead, I don't want to move too fast. Oops. Pan slowly, Therese, pan slowly. But I've got these potatoes here. I just planted those today. And here's an overview of the garden. This spot I've got to clean out, get all these weeds out of here. I've been trying to pick any grass before it goes to seed because I don't want to have to deal with that. I had to go through that whole area up there and get rid of all that grass that was going to seed because I didn't want it to reseed and make it harder to get the grass out of there later, because I plan on planting a fall garden there. I want to grow a bunch of cabbage and broccoli, and that was really kind of what I was thinking would be the cabbage and broccoli patch. According to other people, and you know, they're supposed to be pretty good at what they do, I should start the cabbage and broccoli inside under a grow light and get them started before I bring them out. I don't have an area where I can do that. So it's either plant them in the ground outside it with seed, or don't plant at this moment. Now I'm hoping that over the winter maybe I can get me a little greenhouse set up, but as of right now I don't have one, and I live in a little tinky trailer. That's it right over there. It's 32 foot long. So I have no room for something like that, literally. So, but we'll do what we can do. And I've managed to get 2 yellow squash off my squash plants so far. And probably tomorrow, the next day, I'll get several more. And it was really good. The squash was so yummy. And I can't wait to get fresh green beans. So if I can take these green beans and a few of those mixed potatoes I'm going to eat. The ones that I don't know for sure which one they are, I'm going to go ahead and eat those. But the ones that I know for sure what type they are, I'm going to try to save those for seed potatoes for next spring. But can you imagine the fresh green beans cooked up with fresh potatoes? Yeah, I can. I don't know about you, but I can. Making me hungry just thinking about it. And I'm hoping that my corn does well. There's I planted 7 seeds in each circle. Not all of them sprouted, but most of them did. And I won't have to worry about pollination, because I plan on making sure I shake them pretty good if the wind don't blow. Is that a bug? Oh, what do you know? We got a bug down in there. I have to do something about that. Oh, there was several of them. Okay, got to spray them again. So, where is... Oh, it's in my van. I'll be spraying these again. I don't want to lose my crop because of a few bugs. Don't want them to get a foothold, basically. I can't really spray the squash anymore because it's starting to put on fruit. But if I'm really careful, I can spray the base and the around the roots. But I can't really spray anything else because of the food that's growing on it. At least not with Sevin Dust, anyway. I don't have any neem oil. I hadn't been able to afford any. So. But here's my garden so far. Let's hope it does even better. I'll walk down the middle here. Now these plants down here didn't get munched on by the rabbits. So they're a lot more healthy and a lot bigger. And I've got some, I seen one of them had some baby green beans on it. They were just really small. Where were they? I seen a baby green bean. Let's hope it didn't get eaten by something. Where is it? Well, anyway. Several of these are really good. These are contender green beans. Okay? They're bush beans. I did the bush beans because I had to plant the beans the same time I did the corn. And I couldn't wait for the corn to get tall enough to make a scaffold for climbing beans. And hell, just watering these things really heavily made them want to try to fall over. So yeah, I'm not real sure about this using the corn as a pole for the beans. Now that is an acorn squash right here. And as it starts going, oh look, it's already got little flowers on it. As it starts going, I'm going to trail it off that way. And here's another one. I tried to thin it to 1, at the most 2 between groups. Oh, this one's really starting to vine. And this one's really taking off. So 1 or 2 here. Oh, there's 2 here. Okay. That's 1, and that's 1. So, and then there's my corner over there. I've got to trim the limbs up on that thing. I may have to cut down all of the cedar trees because of the rust that is attacking my fruit trees. So I was reading up on that, and that was one of the things that caused fruit trees to get that rusty spot on their leaves, was cedar trees and conifers. So, and this is my jungle that I have to knock down. I am so not looking forward to that. Really, really grown up. But there's only just me. I can only do what I can do. So, anyway, guys, hit the thumbs up, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, and please hit the thumbs up and share it out, because I could sure use all the help I can get. And y'all come back to see me.